Announcer bot is active. The qualification session is at Circuit de Barcelona in Montmeló, Spain. The wind speed is 4 km/h from the northeast. Jeffrey Leroux is P1. Brendan Gryasel from South Africa in seat is P3. Jeffrey Leroux from South Africa in Eurocar is P1. Jeffrey Leroux is up 7.94 in Renault. Jeffrey Leroux is up 7.74 in seed. Jeffrey Leroux is up 7.71 in La Caixa. Jeffrey Leroux improved his first with a 1:49.938. Dylan Conway from United Kingdom in Eurocar is P3 up 13.93. Dylan Conway improved his second with a 1:51.468. 1.530 off pole. Brendan Gryasel is provisional pole with a 1:49.436. Mike Gear is fourth. Mike Gear is up 20.51 in La Caixa. 10 minutes remaining in the session. Janine Glad from South Africa is 7th up 16.72. Janine Glad is up 17.20 in La Caixa. Janine Glad improved is fourth with a 151.369. 1.933 off pole. Peter Grobler in Eurocar is P3 up 0.18. Peter Grobler improved his third with a 150.784. 1.348 off pole. Mike Gear from South Africa in Eurocar is P8 up 1.09. Mike Gear improved his P4 with a 150.863. 1.427 off pole. Dylan Conway in Campsa is 6th up 0.54 driving a Panos. Dylan Conway is up 1.08 in Bank Sabadell. Dylan Conway improved his third with a 150.421. 0.985 off pole. Jeffrey Eliru in New Holland is second. Jeffrey Eliru is provisional pole with a 149.405. Leon van Linden from South Africa in Lokeksa is P8. Best lap is a 153.723. 4.318 off pole. Peter Grobler in Elf is 4th up 0.13. Peter Grobler is up 0.63 in C. Peter Grobler is up 0.38 in Campsa. Five minutes remaining in the session. Peter Grobler is up 0.59 in Bank Sabadell. Peter Grobler improved his third with a 150.306. 0.901 off pole. Janine Glad is 6th up 0.16. Mike Gear in C is 5th up 0.11. Mike Gear is up 0.93 in Lokeksa. Mike Gear improved is P3 with a 149.787. 0.382 off pole. Jeffrey Eliru in La Caixa is P1 up 0.22. Jeffrey Eliru is provisional pole with a 149.190. Peter Grobler is 5th up 0.11. Peter Grobler is up 0.17 in seed. Brandon Griesel in La Caixa is P2 up 0.14 driving a Toyota. Peter Grobler is P5 up 0.10. Peter Grobler is up 0.48 in Bank Sabadell. Peter Grobler improved is 3rd with a 149.740. 0.550 off pole. Mike Gear from South Africa is P4 up 0.20. Brandon Griesel in seat is P2 up 0.10 driving a Toyota. Leon van Linden in Bank Sabadell is P8. Peter Grobler in Repsol is 3rd up 0.11. The qualifying session is now in overtime. Peter Grobler is up 0.09 in CAMSA. Peter Grobler is up 0.20 in Bank Sabadell. Announcer bot is active. Brendan Gryasel from South Africa is first. The race session is at Circuit de Barcelona in Montmeló, Spain. The wind speed is 13 km/h from the north-northeast. "30 minutes remaining in the session. Race start. Dylan Conway from United Kingdom is P5. Peter Grobler is P5. Dylan Conway is P5. Peter Grobler is 5th. Mike here from South Africa in Repsol is P4. Mike here past Peter Grobler, P3. Peter Grobler is 4th. Dylan Conway is 5th. Tommy Glad from South Africa is 6th. Tommy Glad lost 6th to Janine Glad. Mike Gear in La Caixa on lap 1 is 3rd, 0.3 behind Brendan Gryasel. Conway is P5 driving a Panaz, 0.1 behind Peter Grobler. Tommy Glad in New Holland is 7th, 0.2 behind Janine Glad. Tommy Glad passed Janine Glad for P6. South Africa is 7th, 0.4 behind Tommy Glad. Janine Glad is now P6. Mike Gear in Elf is 8th, 0.4 behind Leon van Linden. South Africa on lap 2 is 8th battling Mike Gear. Peter Grobler AC is P4 driving an Alfa, 0.3 behind Dylan Conway. Is P6, 0.1 behind Janine Glad. Mike Gear passed Janine Glad for P5. Janine Glad is 6th driving a Toyota, 0.4 behind Mike Gear. Peter Grobler is 4th, 0.6 behind Dylan Conway. Minutes remaining in the session. Tommy Glad in Renault is P7, 0.6 behind Janine Glad. behind Brendan Gryasel. Sabadell is fourth, 1.1 behind Dylan Conway. Dylan Conway is third, 1.0 behind Brendan Gryasel. Tommy Glad on lap 4 is 7th, 1.0 behind Janine Glad. Janine Glad was 0.5 faster last lap. Is third, 1.0 behind Brendan Gryasel. Peter Grobler in Eurocar is P4, 1.3 behind Dylan Conway. Dylan Conway in Elf is P3, 1.0 ahead of Peter Grobler. Seat is fourth, 1.3 behind Dylan Conway. Mike Gear is fifth, 1.0 behind Peter Grobler. Leon van Linden exiting pits. 20 minutes remaining in the session. Peter Grobler is fourth. Mike Gear in Renault is P5, 0.9 behind Peter Grobler. Peter Grobler in seat is 4th, 0.5 behind Dylan Conway. Mike Gear is 5th, 0.8 behind Peter Grobler. Peter Grobler on lap 6 is 4th, 0.2 behind Dylan Conway. Mike Gear in Elf is P5 driving a Panos, 0.8 behind Peter Grobler. Peter Grobler in Renault is 4th, 0.1 behind Dylan Conway. Mike Gear is P5. Best lap is a 1:49.846. Peter Grobler is P4, 0.3 behind Dylan Conway. Is P4, 0.1 behind Mike Gear. Peter Grobler in Banksabadell is 5th driving a Alpine, 0.4 behind Dylan Conway. Dylan Conway is 4th, 0.1 ahead of Peter Grobler. Peter Grobler is P5. Peter Grobler passed Dylan Conway for P4. Conway in Renault is 5th, 0.2 behind Peter Grobler. South Africa is P1, 1.7 ahead of Brendan Gryasel. 15 minutes remaining in the session. Dylan Conway in Locaxa is P5, 1.1 behind Peter Grobler. Brendan Gryasel entering the pits is P2. Brendan Gryasel is P2. Leon van Linden is 8th. Dylan Conway from United Kingdom in Repsol is 4th, 1.4 behind Peter Grobler. Mike Gear is P2, 1.8 ahead of Peter Grobler. Brendan Gryasel exiting pits. Tommy Glad exiting pits. Brendan Gryasel from South Africa in Renault is P6. Janine Glad is P5. Best lap is a 150.781. 0.935 off the fastest lap. Tommy Glad in C is 7th. Peter Grobler is 2nd driving a Alpine, 2.3 ahead of Dylan Conway. Mike Gear exiting pits. Janine Glad is P6. Janine Glad exiting pits. Peter Grobler is 2nd. Jeffrey Eliru entering the pits is P2. Peter Grobler passed Jeffrey Eliru for 1st. Jeffrey Eliru is 3rd. Tommy Glad in Repsol is P7, 4.9 behind Janine Glad. Minutes remaining in the session. Mike Gear is 4th, 4.9 ahead of Brendan Gryasel. Mike Gear passed Jeffrey Leroux for second. Dylan Conway is P4. Dylan Conway exiting pits. Jeffrey Leroux exiting pits. Janine Glad is 6th, 0.4 behind Jeffrey Leroux. Jeffrey Leroux was 64.2 faster last lap. Janine Glad passed Jeffrey Leroux for P5. Peter Grobler is P1. Mike Gear is P2. Peter Grobler exiting pits. Jeffrey Leroux is P6, 0.5 behind Janine Glad. Leon van Linden in Repsol is 8th. Janine Glad is P6. Is P5, 1.1 ahead of Janine Glad. Janine Glad is 6th, 1.2 behind Jeffrey Leroux. Leon van Linden in Renault is P8. Best lap is a 1:54.080. 4.234 off the fastest lap. Tommy Glad in Eurocar is P7. Minutes remaining in the session. Jeffrey Leroux in Renault is 5th driving a Mercedes-Benz, 2.1 ahead of Janine Glad. Leon van Linden is P8. Leroux in Bank Savavel is P5, 2.7 ahead of Janine Glad. Tommy Glad in New Holland is 7th. Peter Grobler exiting pits. Peter Grobler on lap 14 is 7th, 0.4 behind Tommy Glad. Jeffrey Leroux is 4th. Best lap is a 1:49.828. 0.269 off the fastest lap. Peter Grobler on lap 14 is P7, 0.5 behind Tommy Glad. Leon van Linden in Repsol is P8. Tommy Glad is 7th, 1.0 behind Peter Grobler. Leon van Linden is P8. Tommy Glad from South Africa is P7, 0.4 behind Peter Grobler. Tommy Glad passed Peter Grobler for 6th. Peter Grobler in Lochhaxon is 7th, 1.0 behind Tommy Glad. Jeffrey Leroux in Renault on lap 16 is P4, 1.4 behind Dylan Conway. Peter Grobler in Elf on lap 16 is 7th, 0.5 behind Tommy Glad. Tommy Glad was 1.6 faster last lap. Jeffrey Eliru in Kamsa is P4, 0.7 behind Dylan Conway. Peter Grobler on lap 16 is 7th, 0.3 behind Tommy Glad. Jeffrey Eliru in Eurocar is P4, 0.5 behind Dylan Conway. Peter Grobler in Banksov Avel is 7th, 0.3 behind Tommy Glad. Jeffrey Eliru from South Africa is P4, 0.5 behind Dylan Conway. Peter Grobler in Renault is 7th, 0.2 behind Tommy Glad. Jeffrey Eliru is P4 driving a Mercedes-Benz, 0.5 behind Dylan Conway. Jeffrey Eliru was 0.9 faster last lap. The leader has just finished the race. Mike Mcgeer finished P1. Leon van Linden finished P8. Brendan Gryasel finished P2. Dylan Conway finished P3. Jeffrey Eliru finished P4. Janine Glad finished 5th. Tommy Glad finished 6th. Peter Grobler finished 7th. Announcer bot is active. The race session is at Circuit de Barcelona in Montmeló, Spain. The wind speed is 6 km/h from the north-northeast. 15 minutes remaining in the session. Race start. Brendan Griesel from South Africa is second. Dylan Conway from United Kingdom is P3. Janine Glad from South Africa in ELF is P6. Brendan Griesel in Renault is P2. Jeffrey Eliru from South Africa is third. Dylan Conway in Repsol is P4. Tommy Glad from South Africa is fifth. Janine Glad is sixth. Brendan Griesel in Campsa is P2, 0.2 behind Mike McGear. Jeffrey Eliru is P3, 0.2 ahead of Dylan Conway. Janine Glad in Locaxa is fifth, battling Tommy Glad. Janine Glad lost fifth to Tommy Glad. Leon van Linden from South Africa on lap 1 is 8th, battling Peter Grobler. Leon van Linden passed Peter Grobler for 7th. Peter Grobler in Eurocar is 8th, 0.5 behind Leon van Linden. Jeffrey Eliru is P3. Jeffrey Eliru passed Brendan Griesel for second. Conway is third, battling Brendan Griesel. Dylan Conway passed Jeffrey Eliru for second. Jeffrey Eliru from South Africa in Renault is P3, 0.3 behind Dylan Conway. Janine Glad in Repsol on lap 2 is P6, 0.3 behind Leon van Linden. Peter Grobler is 7th, 0.5 behind Janine Glad. Jeffrey Eliru in Campsa is 3rd, driving a Mercedes-Benz, 0.4 behind Dylan Conway. Janine Glad in La Caixa on lap 2 is 6th, 0.4 behind Leon van Linden. 10 minutes remaining in the session. Janine Glad is now 4th. Janine Glad passed Tommy Glad for P3. Peter Grobler in Eurocar is P5 driving a Alpine, 0.2 behind Tommy Glad. Is 6th, 0.2 behind Peter Grobler. Peter Grobler in Elf on lap 3 is P5, 0.3 ahead of Dylan Conway. Dylan Conway is P6 battling Peter Grobler. Peter Grobler was 1.2 faster last lap. Peter Grobler in Repsol is 7th, 0.3 behind Dylan Conway. Is 6th, 0.5 ahead of Peter Grobler. Peter Grobler is P7, 0.4 behind Dylan Conway. Sabavel is 8th, 0.4 behind Peter Grobler. Brendan Gryasel passed Peter Grobler for P7. Peter Grobler is P8, 0.2 behind Brendan Gryasel. Leon van Linden is 7th, 0.1 behind Brendan Gryasel. Leon van Linden passed Brendan Gryasel for 6th. Peter Grobler in Renault is 8th. Best lap is a 1:58.916. 8.366 off the fastest lap. Jeffrey Leroux is P2, 1.0 behind Mike Gear. Peter Grobler in Campsa is 8th, 0.2 behind Leon van Linden. Peter Grobler passed Leon van Linden for 7th. Leon van Linden in Bank Sabadell is P8, 0.5 behind Peter Grobler. Jeffrey Leroux in Renault is P2, 0.5 behind Mike Gear. Dylan Conway in Renault on lap 5 is P5, 0.5 behind Tommy Glad. 5 minutes remaining in the session. Jeffrey Leroux in CAMSA is second, 0.6 behind Mike McGear. Dylan Conway is P5, 0.2 behind Tommy Glad. Jeffrey Leroux in Eurocar on lap 5 is second, 0.5 behind Mike McGear. Leon Van Linden entering the pits is 8th. Dylan Conway in New Holland is 5th, 0.1 behind Tommy Glad. Brendan Griesel is P6. Best lap is a 150.520. 0.781 off the fastest lap. Jeffrey Leroux in Repsol is P2, 0.4 behind Mike McGear. Brendan Griesel in Repsol on lap 6 is P6, 0.5 behind Dylan Conway. Jeffrey Leroux in CAMSA is second, 0.4 behind Mike McGear. Dylan Conway in CAMSA is P5, 0.3 behind Tommy Glad. Brendan Griesel in Lochaksa is P6. Brendan Griesel is now 5th. Jeffrey Leroux is second, 0.5 behind Mike McGear. Mike McGear from South Africa in Elf is second, battling Jeffrey Leroux. Griesel in Renault is 5th, 0.9 behind Dylan Conway. Dylan Conway was 0.6 faster last lap. Jeffrey Leroux from South Africa is P2, 0.3 behind Mike McGear. Brendan Griesel is 5th, 0.9 behind Dylan Conway. Jeffrey Leroux from South Africa is P2, 0.7 behind Mike McGear. Brendan Griesel in Renault is P5, 1.0 behind Dylan Conway. South Africa is second, 0.8 behind Mike McGeer. Brendan Griesel in Lokaxa is P5, 0.3 behind Dylan Conway. Brendan Griesel is now fourth. Dylan Conway is sixth, 0.4 behind Peter Grobler. Jeffrey Eliru in Repsol is second, 1.4 behind Mike McGeer. Dylan Conway on lap 9 is P6, 1.0 behind Peter Grobler. The leader has just finished the race. Mike McGeer finished first. Jeffrey Eliru finished P2. Janine Glad finished P3. Brendan Griesel finished P4. Peter Grobler finished P5. Dylan Conway finished P6. Tommy Glad finished 7th. Tommy Glad finished 7th. Tommy Glad finished